Hi Helen. I haven't made a cooking video for a long time for you. And I was thinking the other day after we had our nice FaceTime chat that I've been making this wonderful dish this summer. I've made it 3 or 4 times. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna make it again tonight, so I'll make a video to share it with Helen. This is from the New York Times cooking channel, and it's called Summer Shrimp Scampi with Tomatoes, and it's really good. So I'm going to go ahead and make it now for you, and I'll show you the video. Cheers! Have a glass of wine. I'm going to show you all the ingredients that are going to go into this dish. First I have the corn, fresh corn on the cob that I cut off before it was cooked. It's going to get cooked in the dish. I have a pound of shrimp that's been, shelled and deveined, cleaned, and dried. And then a pint of little cherry tomatoes. And then I have some garlic and red pepper flakes, some lemon juice, some white wine, and 5 tablespoons of butter that go in at the very end. So the first step in the dish is that we're going to saute the shrimp in a little bit of olive oil with some salt and pepper. So I'm going to get that started. I'm going to turn on the stove. So I'm just checking this to see if it's hot. It's not quite. I want to get the oil kind of sizzling, kind of glistening before I add the shrimp. Maybe now we have it. I hear a sizzle. There we go. And I'm going to just let these kind of coat the bottom of the pan. Turn that down a little bit. And I'm going to add some fresh ground black pepper. And of course some coarse sea salt. Get that in there. And I'm going to give it about a minute or two on each side. See if I can start turning these over. Oh yeah, they're looking pretty good on that side. Get them all nice flipped and kind of brown. There you go. There we go. We'll add a little more salt and pepper. Great. When those are ready, I'm going to take them out and put them back in the bowl and set those aside till I finish cooking the rest of the vegetables. Okay, so I think we're ready to get those out of the pan. Yep. I'm going to say they're cooked. And then the next thing to go in the pan are going to be the little cherry tomatoes. Now let's get those in. And you know, the recipe says to season these with salt and pepper, but I think there's enough already in the pan. I'm just going to let that season these. I think that's going to be great. So just between you and me, I think this pint of tomatoes was a little light. I think I used some for a salad the other day. So maybe the whole thing isn't There, so my ratio of corn to salad might be a little bit off. So we're supposed to let these go for, what, let's see, 3 or 4 minutes it says, till they start to blister. And then we're going to add the corn and cook it some more. And look who my helper is. Uh-oh. Oh, that's my timer from something else I was cooking. Ooh, I can start to hear the tomatoes popping and blistering. So Charlie's helping me cook tonight. Okay, Charlie, you get down. Let me go wash my hands. All right, that looks good. Let's put the corn in. So I am going to season the corn again now with a little salt and pepper. Just add a little bit more. And at the end, I might need a little more pepper. I'll get my grinder going here. And we're just going to keep giving this kind of a stir. Get this corn going. So read the recipe. What happens next? Stirring once or twice until the tomatoes burst and the corn is golden. 3 to 4 minutes. And then we're going to add garlic. Yeah. So let's see. This was the corn from 5 years of corn. I had 5 years I picked up at the grocery. And this is local Georgia sweet corn. Very good. I've been having that a lot lately. And then next we're going to add in, this is about, this is 2 large cloves of garlic minced and a ½ teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm going to give that another minute. Cheers to you, Helen. I'm having a Washington State Sauvignon Blanc tonight. Not Sancerre by any means, but good. So that's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and you can see there's a little browning on the bottom of the pan. Now we're going to add the red pepper flakes and garlic. And this really just gets about a minute till the garlic is fragrant. And then we're going to add, this is 3 tablespoons of lemon juice and a ½ cup of the white wine, and I'm just using that Sauvignon Blanc that I have open. So I'm going to add those, the lemon juice and the white wine. And then I'm going to use that to deglaze the pan and get all this yummy brown bits to mix into the dish. That's going to add a lot of extra flavor. And then we're going to kind of let that liquid cook off a bit. Yeah, we're going to let this liquid cook down. And then, this is kind of decadent, but it's really wonderful. You add 5 tablespoons of butter back in with the shrimp. So, of course, the other thing that made me think of you, Helen, is that when we talked on the phone, I told you I was going to make a summer pudding, and I did. So, we're going to try to unmold that. I'm going to get a bowl of hot water. So this is a bowl that I've just got hot water just from the tap. And I'm I'm going to take my saran off here. I'm going to drop my summer pudding in the bowl. Oh, it's just floating perfectly. Just let that warm up the butter around the edge of the pan. And I hope it's going to come out. And I think I remember, Helen, you showing me that when it's ready to come out, you can just take a knife around the edge of the pan. And then let me just go around the edge here. And then I'm going to put my plate, give that a turn. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Oh yeah. So I put strawberries, blueberries, and cherries in this one. Okay, now let's finish up the shrimp. This is looking really good. So we're going to add the shrimp back in with the juices. We're going to kind of let them get warm again in the pan. And then the last thing we have to go in was 5 tablespoons of butter. And I'm using Irish butter. Just gotta break that up and let it melt. Stir that all around. Now let's go ahead. This is done. Boy, doesn't that look good. I'll turn that off. I should have some parsley or basil or some fresh herb to put on the top of this, but it was the only ingredient I didn't have in the house. So you can imagine that. I prefer the basil. All right, so let's serve this up. Got a bunch of shrimp, some tomatoes in the corn. Since I don't have a fresh herb for the top, maybe I'll give a spritz of black pepper. There we go. So I've got my summer shrimp scampi and a summer pudding. Okay, Helen, love you. Hope to see you soon.